The young Sheldon spin-off Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage has been winning hearts since its debut, blending humor, heartfelt emotion, and small-town Southern charm into one irresistible package. But Season 2 looks set to shake things up in ways no one saw coming. The newly released trailer for First Marriage Season 2 dropped a jaw-dropping revelation: the return of a third party from Georgie and Mandy's past. Yes, someone who once complicated their love story is about to step back into their lives, and it could spell trouble for their fragile new marriage. Let's dive deep into this creative twist, the implications for Georgie and Mandy's relationship, and why this third person could completely change the tone of Season 2. A look back, Georgie and Mandy's complicated history. Before we explore what the new trailer reveals, it's important to revisit how far Georgie Cooper, Montana Jordan, and Mandy McAllister, Emily Osment, have come. Their relationship began under unconventional circumstances, a teenage Georgie lying about his age to impress the older and wiser Mandy. Their connection blossomed fast, leading to an unexpected pregnancy that forced both of them to confront adulthood before they were ready. By the end of Young Sheldon, fans saw Georgie and Mandy try to make things work despite their obvious differences. Georgie was immature and impulsive, while Mandy was practical and determined. Their love wasn't a fairy tale, it was messy, real, and at times painful. Yet that authenticity is exactly what fans fell in love with. When Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premiered, it picked up right after their decision to tie the knot. The show explored the hilarious chaos and emotional growing pains of young marriage, especially with a baby in the mix. But underneath the sitcom-style humor, the series kept the emotional realism that made Young Sheldon so beloved. The trailer twist: a familiar face returns. The Season 2 trailer starts innocently enough, a montage of Georgie and Mandy adjusting to married life. There's a diaper disaster, a burnt casserole, and a sweet scene of Georgie building a crib while baby Cease giggles in the background. But the tone shifts when the camera pans to a familiar face walking into the Medford General Store, Jonna Boggs. Yes, that Jonna, the same girl Georgie dated seriously before Mandy entered his life. Her return is shown briefly, but the trailer's final shot, a slow-motion clip of Jonna turning around as Georgie freezes in shock, says it all. The past is back, and it's about to stir up everything Georgie and Mandy have built. Who is Jonna, and why does her return matter? In Young Sheldon, Jonna Boggs was portrayed as Georgie's high school sweetheart. Their relationship had ups and downs, but Jonna was the first person Georgie ever said, "I love you too." When Mandy came into the picture, things got complicated. Georgie broke things off with Jonna, but his emotional immaturity left many feelings unresolved. Jonna's reappearance in First Marriage Season 2 could serve several narrative purposes. First, it tests Georgie's growth. Has he truly matured since his teenage years, or will old habits, like running from emotional conflict, return? Second, it challenges Mandy's trust. Mandy's biggest fear, hinted at in Season 1, is that Georgie might not be fully ready for the responsibilities of marriage and fatherhood. Jonna's presence could push those insecurities to the surface, especially if Jonna represents the carefree version of Georgie that Mandy worries still exists deep down. Finally, Jonna's storyline might not be purely romantic. There's a possibility she returns to Medford for reasons unrelated to Georgie. Perhaps she's dealing with personal issues or has business at the store. But the trailer's ominous editing suggests emotional entanglement is inevitable. Themes of growth, forgiveness, and temptation. One of the most compelling things about Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is how it refuses to portray love as perfect. Georgie and Mandy's marriage isn't built on grand gestures. It's built on mistakes, second chances, and learning to communicate. Jonna's return adds a powerful thematic layer. It brings temptation and nostalgia into play, two forces that test even the strongest relationships. Georgie might be forced to confront who he used to be, while Mandy will have to decide whether to trust the man he's become. This storyline also fits beautifully into the show's broader theme, the growing pains of adulthood. Just because Georgie and Mandy got married doesn't mean their struggles are over. Real life doesn't work that way, and the show seems ready to explore how external pressures, old relationships, family interference, and personal insecurities can strain even the most committed couples. Fan reactions, shock, excitement, and theories galore. Since the trailer dropped, social media has exploded with fan reactions. "I can't believe Jonna's back," one fan posted on X, formerly Twitter. Another joked, "Mandy better not let her near Georgie's toolbox." Many longtime young Sheldon viewers have been predicting Jonna's return since the spin-off was announced. Some even theorize that her reappearance might not be as antagonistic as it seems. Could she be coming back for closure? Could she even become friends with Mandy? Others suspect Jonna might not be the only familiar face returning this season. Rumors are swirling that Meemaw, Annie Potts, will play a bigger role, especially as a mediator between the two women. If true, it could make for some hilarious yet heartfelt scenes. No one delivers relationship wisdom quite like Meemaw. What this means for Georgie and Mandy's future. While the trailer doesn't reveal much beyond Jonna's return, the implications are huge. Season 1 ended with Georgie and Mandy finally finding stability, a home, a business rhythm, and a shared sense of purpose. But stability doesn't make good television. Drama does. Season 2 appears poised to explore how young couples handle emotional curveballs. Will Georgie's loyalty to Mandy remain unshakable when faced with reminders of his past? Can Mandy learn to let go of jealousy and focus on building trust? There's also the question of Cease, their daughter. As their relationship faces strain, the show may explore how new parents navigate love and responsibility under pressure. Expect emotional moments that balance laughter with heartache, the kind of storytelling that made young Sheldon a classic. A season of second chances. If Season 1 was about learning to love, Season 2 is about learning to choose love every single day, even when it's difficult. Jonna's return isn't just about romance, it's about reflection. She represents Georgie's past self, impulsive, uncertain, and still figuring things out. By confronting that past, Georgie may finally prove to Mandy and himself that he's grown into the man and husband he wants to be. And for Mandy, facing her insecurities might allow her to see Georgie in a new light, not as the boy who made mistakes, but as the man willing to learn from them. Final thoughts. The return of Georgie and Mandy's third person, Jonna, is a masterstroke of storytelling. It adds emotional complexity, deepens the couple's character arcs, and reminds viewers that love is never static. It evolves, falters, and ultimately strengthens through trials. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 promises laughter, conflict, and heartfelt growth. As the trailer suggests, the past is never truly gone. It just waits for the right moment to knock on your door. And for Georgie and Mandy, that knock may just be the biggest test of their young marriage yet.